I'm not in the anti-white narrative. I always will just conclude with, that's racial discrimination. White people, evil. White people did this to somebody else in history, this, that. That proves me right. G'day folks, this is Raymond Foster. I had a couple of anti-whites reply and try to justify their anti-whiteism. And so I wanted to use this as an example to show everybody how beautiful it is when you come from within the white positive narrative, not from within the anti-white narrative, and you address the anti-white narrative for what it is. Racial bigotry against our kind, the victimization of innocent members of Western kind. It doesn't matter how an anti-white replies, all right? You'll see this image popping up on the screen at the moment, right? The image showing on the screen at the moment is one of the replies from one of these anti-whites where they try to go into detail from the anti-white narrative, but the thing is we're out of the anti-white narrative, so they can go into, they can give us a 10,000 word essay with all the evidence and the experts' opinions and everything, and guess what? We just go, nah, anti-white bullshit, shut up. And then it's all thrown in the bin. Literally, they can have 10,000 peer-reviewed scientific studies, 10,000 word essay proving why it's justified to harm the white race, why we're evil, why we've done wrong, etc, etc, etc. And they do that, they love to do that. This is an example of that. Is basically just a big rant, and all it's saying, if we translate it into English, let's just break it down real quick, translate it all into basic English from anti-whiteism, right? What is it saying? It's saying, white people evil, evil white man, evil white race, evil, evil, evil. The white race is so evil, so we have to abuse the white children and white erase and destroy their culture because evil white man, evil white man. She's just come ranting at me with this big ass paragraph, and that's all it says. It's like a 200 word paragraph. And it just literally says, white people evil, so abuse white children and destroy their countries and white erase their culture. And dehumanize them because white people evil. Alright? So the beautiful thing about that, that's all anti-whites ever say. When you break it down and you translate what they're saying from the anti-white narrative into plain everyday English. So if that's all they're saying, how are they supposed to help themselves in any way whatsoever when they reply like this to somebody like myself, pointing out that a word like capitalism is like an N-word for white people. It's a racial slur thrown at you for having white skin, for being a member of Western kind. All right? That's why it's always Western capitalism, or capitalism comes from the West. And it's Western exploitation. Again, what is that? That all translates to evil white person, white people evil, so abuse the white children, white erase, destroy their culture. And any attempt that any anti-white, anyone on the planet, even if it's 1 million people all standing up, agreeing with each other against me, all right? Guess what? It doesn't work. In the same way as I just explained before, they can have 10,000 essay or word essay. They can throw in all scientific peer-reviewed. They can have video clips of the experts saying that they're right and we're wrong. And guess what? It doesn't work because I'm not in the anti-white narrative. So I always will just conclude with, that's racial discrimination. You're dehumanizing. You just said white people evil. White people did this to somebody else in history, this, that. That proves me right. If you say anything bad about the white race, that proves me right, that you're just an anti-white bigot racially discriminating against us on the basis of our race. Otherwise, you're not going to say we did this wrong, this bad, we have to say sorry for that, because that's just attacking us, dehumanizing us as a whole, as a race. It doesn't help any non-whites. Us saying sorry doesn't change anything that's ever happened, or any suffering or any harm that's ever happened to any non-whites. You know what I'm saying? And in the same way, nobody should be going around trying to find negative things and say, oh, your people did this wrong, your people did that wrong, and creating conflict and hostility for no reason. But just to racially attack people on the basis of their race, right? So even if it is true that some white people did some wrong things in the past, right? That's not me, that's not you, that's not any white person alive today, so we're not responsible. And anyone who tries to say we are is literally saying that we're responsible for something we haven't done. Why? Because of the colour of our skin, because of the race that we happen to be a part of. So they're literally saying there's something wrong with us because of our race. Okay? So it doesn't quite work to help anyone with any situation or anything. It doesn't benefit anyone. It's just racial discrimination. And it's just an attack on the white race. So pretty straightforward. It can never be justified. It doesn't matter what excuses you have or reasons, or you can't justify racial discrimination. All right? I don't care if you want to bring up thousands of years of history and say these people did all these things and this so we can racially discriminate against it. No, it's not how it works. Racial discrimination is just always wrong, no matter who it's against. Even if the victim is white, it's still wrong. Take it easy, folks.